their stuff, you get me? Yeah? But people acting up in there, remember that? They're showing off for cameras, they're doing this, they're doing that, yeah. And if that was real jail, yeah, man will get fixed, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
like,
for that
you don't like how
behaviour,
certain man move, but what it is, you're thinking, you know what? It's TV. So you have to keep on telling yourself, yeah, it's TV.
And you know TV, look for the best bits to put out there.
Trust me, yeah.
1992, my mama had me in July. I was raised in Bricky, wish she raised me in Dubai. Started having fights, I think I started age 9. Started doing crime, I started stealing all the time. I was stealing from the sweet shop.
Sound. Yeah, we're in take 2, Gary.
Yo, come on, bro, you're good, yeah?
What are you telling me, bro?
I'm good, man, I'm good.
Yeah? We finally got it. It's been a minute. We've been saying we're going to do it for a minute.
Man, from when you come in, like October times. What was it, like November, innit? After
for the
program.
Banged Up, was it after that you done that show?
Yeah, I think it was just like after the launch, or was it just before? One of the two.
I don't know, it was around the time it dropped anyway, because obviously you had the main launch in it, and then Chet wanted to put together a little something separate, which was good, because how we met a good few people there.
Man.
There's a couple other man that I want to get on the podcast as well.
Yeah.
But obviously you're here today. More importantly, we ain't got you for long, because this guy wants to go get his rave on up the road. Steppers.
Big up the Steppers crew.
But yeah, man. So Banged Up, then, bro. From how I believe it worked with that is you had to have been through a certain walk of life to get on that show, into jail and whatnot. So take us through it, bro. Like, sort of, why did you reach out? What was you on there for? Like,
so basically, they basically reached out to people who's already been to prison before. Okay. So I think they looked at people who's been to prison and got out and kind of changed their life. And they reached out to us to basically recreate a prison experience. So by putting ex-prisoners that were real prisoners that have done real time, and then put in real prison officers that have also done real prison work in a real prison that was once in action but now is decommissioned. So basically their idea is to have everything as real as it could be without having to actually have people incarcerated. And for me personally, I'd been to that jail before. I've spent time in that jail. So imagine how mad that was memories. For me. You get me? So for me, obviously, they reached out to me because different work I'm doing. They sent a message to me when I was in Jamaica on Instagram. And then from there, we spent some interviews. I had to go through some psychology tests and stuff like that. But yeah, man, then I got onto the program.
Funny enough, I told Chet this. I actually got a message for that, you know.
Did you?
They got onto me.
Yeah.
I was working at the time, and I weren't really feeling it, but I thought, let me just chase it up, why not? And she said, like, she kind of briefly went over what you just said in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you get paid? They was like, no, we'll cover you for your expenses. And I'm like, so you want me to come out of work, volunteer to go to prison for your experiment? I said, nah, count me out for that. I don't want to go to jail.
I wouldn't do it again. You get me? I wouldn't do it again. No. Nah, because really and truly, I did it because, I'll be honest, I've been having mad dreams for years about ending up back in prison. I don't know if it's trauma, you get what I'm saying? But
bit of PTSD and stuff maybe, bro.
You have those dreams a lot, you know, about being locked up and that. So I was thinking maybe that's the reason why, because this program's coming up and he's kind of telling me. So I kind of done that to like kind of put it to bed in my head kind of thing, you get me? But it does provoke you again, man, you know what I'm saying?
Did you snap back into that mode, like survival mode? Or did you kind of know that it was TV?
Yeah, I didn't snap into survival mode, but what I was in is managing my emotions mode, because obviously it's what it is in there now. All the man them in there are man them in it, so they've all been through their stuff, you get me? Yeah? But people acting up in there, remember that? They're showing off for cameras, they're doing this, they're doing that, and if that was real jail, man will get fixed, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
for that
you don't like how certain man move, but what it is, you're thinking, you know what? It's TV. So you have to keep on telling yourself, it's TV.
And you know TV, look for the best bits to put out there.
Trust me, like the way they played it to us, they didn't play it like they was going to shadow it like that, you get me? The more made that like it's going to be about like show rehabilitation, show different elements of people.
A little bit more of a positive spin.
Yes, that's how they made it out to us, you get me? But I'm not surprised, you know, that's what they do their thing, you get me? And to be fair, it had good reviews, you know, as much as people had their things to say about it, it really was a real representation. So for anyone who just thinks it was like gas and that, it was to a degree, but it's like people representing what they've been through throughout their time in prison, not in that short space of time. You know what I'm trying to say?
And you had to cram all that into so many episodes of different segments of what could happen and what might happen. So all of this quickness, man's been there a day and he's making shifts, and another day's a drone, and that happens over a period of life. You don't get me wrong, you know, some jails you go and it's hectic. But
you know what I'm saying?
they did, I noticed like, it's a bit of a mad one, and I seen certain man, like, did you get told to sort of, did you get a role to play?
Nah.
You didn't, cause like, for instance, is it pro PT? He's not been shedding the best light online. Don't know him as a person. It's easy to come across one way on the internet and be different in real life. So I don't judge off what I see online. But he's had a negative light shed on him. Do you think he conducted himself well on there, or did he play up for the cameras?
I think he's all right, Pro TT's all right. When you're speaking to as a person, like when you know people,
one-on-one.
Yeah, he's cool. I'm not going to lie. He's a cool guy, I mean, him was padded up together, so I really did spend a lot of time with him, But what it was a TV program, and I think that basically he's creating a narrative for a TV program, but not understanding that they're going to catch all these specific things.
They're going to take all them.
Yeah. And obviously they needed a villain.
They've
for
made
the
him
show,
the villain in it.
And obviously he may have wanted to, progress his career in, TV and all that kind of stuff. Where with me personally, I didn't really want to be on TV and stuff like that. I just done that program because I wanted some limelight on more of the work that I do, and plus I'm on my own little path. You get me? That could only help me because I'm not going to go on there and kind of pattern myself in a way that I don't want to be seen. And you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to make positive movements, but I just think with PT, what he done was a lot for the program. If you think about it, a lot of the program was based on his behavior.
It was. See, this is why I'm asking, did they
understand what I'm
go
saying?
for the bad stuff over there? There was probably loads of positive stuff happening there, but they're gonna positivity don't sell, bro. Positivity don't sell.
And he kind of knew that at the end of the day. You get me? Because of the day, so there's this thing about good publicity, bad publicity. There ain't no such thing as bad publicity. That's what people say. But then obviously, the public are fickle, aren't they? You get what I'm trying to say? Like they could like you today and not tomorrow. And that's why it's a bit risky when you create characters. Because obviously, if someone doesn't like this character, then you're going to have to create someone else or just kind of like breeze off because people don't like. If you be yourself, and come across as yourself and just be normal, then if people do like you, at least you're not going to fall off because that's you. You understand what I'm trying to say? But if you're trying to do something, then it's
a lie, innit? You start on a lie. You need to remember how often you lie. No comments the best way, innit?
It's not even a lie.
That's why they say that.
Lying, you're just creating a narrative. You get me?
It's just one of them. Just a knock-on effect. It's no good to actually. If you be yourself, you don't have to remember a certain way to be, a certain way to act. You don't have to remember your story. You just be yourself in it, and it works. Some people might not like it, but again, it's just a better way to be, bro. And not everybody's a bad boy in jail, as you know. You meet some real good people. Not everyone's a serial killer and full on nutcase.
I'll be honest, like I grew up in a broken home and that, but I met some people in prison that was intense friendships because you relate to each other on some serious stuff. And not only that, you got people, if you ain't got nothing, they'll give you stuff, you get me, they'll help you through your sentence, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's not all bad in jail like that, but the thing about jail is it messes up your life and messes up your reality of what life should and shouldn't be. And you do build up some fake friendships, you get me, because they're built upon the fact that you're in prison and you kind of need each other. But at the same time, you can build some long-lasting relationships with people. Do you get me?
I think with that one, like you say, you build up them friendships. It's like that typical line everyone says, yo, I'll be in touch, bro. We'll link on the roads. We both know that ain't gonna happen 9 times out of 10. Everyone's guilty of it.
Yeah, I know. Because it's not even a direct thing you do.
It's not.
Life is kind of complicated right now, and it's difficult and it's stressful. And like a lot of us are struggling at times. You get me? It's difficult. So therefore, you got all the best intentions, especially when you're in prison. Like if you're not being bullied and that, and you're not a drugged up person and that, you kind of like, you can kind of use the time to focus on saying, you know what, I'm going to get out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and you've got all the best intentions in the world, you get me? But then you get out and you're a bit naive to what's expected of you when you get out now, or what you may need to do. So you kind of get caught up in life. You got to do this appointment, that appointment. Then you got to see family. You got to keep up with your kids, and then you might meet a partner. And all these things happen. And sometimes as well, you could be financially struggling. So then that person calls you, and you might think they need something, and because you haven't really got it, and you're not man enough to really tell a man that I'm struggling right now. You instead blank the call now, man feels like you're doing like a dickhead and that, and it ain't really that. You get me? Then you feel away, so it's a bit of a mad minefield. You get what I'm trying to say?
The whole culture around prison is mad, innit? It
is
like
mad,
there's so much positive you can take to it, because like you say, the whole idea of it is meant to be rehabilitation. So you go in there and think, I always tell people, like, man that have gone to jail, I'm like, yo, bro, now's your time to get all them qualifications, all them courses. If you got time to sit down in there, get it all. There's so much they'll offer you in and out for you to take, but man don't.
But it's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done.
It's mad. You can go to jail, right? Imagine, you can go to jail and you land on the jail and you got bare friends on there.
No, I'm a I've been, bro, and I didn't get out to bring home.
No, what I'm saying, you go to some jails, your brethren are all there. You could have bare fun and that, like, to a degree. But then you could go to jail where, bro, you get into an argument with a person who's popular. And
now the whole wing's against you.
The whole wing's against you. So right now, it's political and it's peak, you get me? So you do want to try it, but it's hard. And not only that, you don't get the right kind of help in prison. All the access is there to do the education, but if you're not kind of got a semi-level of education yourself, you'll get stuck and you ain't really got the people to ask.
Bag of PTs coming home, innit?
Yeah.
You know bag of gym guys.
This is what I'm saying. They're coming out. Yeah, because that's the one, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, it is. It's a mad one. So what did you originally go to jail for? Is it the one time you went to prison?
Nah, I've been to jail like 8 times.
From the beginning, where did that cycle start?
So first time I went to jail, I was 15.
Yeah.
So I went to jail for Section 18 and attempted murder, like with my friends and that. So and cousins and stuff. Basically, gone to like a party. You get me? Got into some argument with somebody. Now I ended up stabbing them, and all of us kind of got locked up for it under joint enterprise. So that was the first time that got locked, but I got off that charge, cousin got off that charge, and a friend, and other people got locked for joint enterprise and didn't really do much.
Horrible,
in that kind of case.
That joint enterprise was a mad one, innit?
So then, from then I got out, and then from the age of 15 to 19, I kept getting locked up, either for drugs or for violence, but I thought I was clever, I'm not going to lie, I thought I was smart because I kept getting off the charges, innit? So I used to think I was clever, but then when I was 19, went to a nightclub, I ended up stabbing somebody in the nightclub, and then I got 6 years. So that was the first time I got like a big sentence. All the others was like in remand, getting out, get me, Then I had to sit down and do a 6-year sentence. And when I was doing that sentence, it was like 2001 that I got that sentence. And anyone who knows about them times there, 2001, it was going off. Now the man were banging, they're gunning down the place, all these things was happening. And
what guns from? What city?
I'm from Wolverhampton,
so
it's West Midlands. And at that stage, what was happening is, people are getting hold of all these guns and they're robbing everyone. Like people who were dickheads one day, was suddenly now robbing man who used to look up to and that, and then basically man are shooting man. So I was in prison paranoid, hearing all these crazy things out here, thinking, yo, when I get out, man ain't doing that to me. And that's kind of like how my mind kind of got warped. So I got out after 3 years from a 6-year sentence, but I came out paranoid.
Okay.
You get what I'm trying to say? And I thought that I didn't want to be no victim.
Yeah. So you come out
I came out like with a mindset.
And this has been going through your head for 3 years straight, innit? So or out the roads out where you're from.
Yeah, like, yo, what? I'm thinking about scenarios with people in the mirror. My next door neighbour's
asking me, what could
potentially happen? And my next door neighbour's saying to me, yo, Jibo, what you doing? I'm saying, yo, I'm fucking up man in the mirror. What are you on about? You're mad.
Bro.
I'm like, nah, blood, listen, man ain't doing this to me when I get out.
There's something for that. I know a few people are guilty of doing that, panning out scenarios in the head of how they'll act when it's not even a thing yet.
No, but you make it become a thing.
You bring that's manifestation in a negative manner, bro.
I didn't know about manifestation though, blood. You get what I'm trying to say? So imagine, I'm just more preoccupied with when I get out, I ain't getting victimized by nobody. I don't care who you are, I don't care where you come from, I don't care what kind of business you're on. Just not doing that to me, innit? Yeah. So therefore, I've come out with a mad, like almost like paranoid, but prepared and ready for whatever. But I'm kind of a polite person in general, you get me? I don't go around acting bad, never really have. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really get into stuff, but my cousins and stuff was, you get me? So then this ended up getting me involved in their stuff, but I've probably used that as an excuse. I'm not gonna lie. I use that as an excuse to test myself because of all this flipping stuff I'm thinking about in the mirror and all this. You get me? And then it just went mad from there. Just got caught up in all kinds of incidents, firearms, this, that. Then I ended up getting locked up again just 2 years later for possession of firearm with intent to danger life, Section 18, wounded with intent, violent disorder, forbidden firearm, forbidden ammunition, and a breach of my license.
Forbidden? Why did you use that terminology?
Because when you come out of prison, from a sentence over 3 years, you get banned from firearms, you
sign the thing, carrying out fireworks or nothing, right?
So when you get caught with a gun after that, they're going to charge you for having a forbidden, because it adds up the aggravated circumstances. Do you get what I'm saying? So to make the sentence be worse. So then I got locked up for that. And man were trying to shoot me, bro. Like, they're trying to kill me. Like, it's not even, like... But I got locked up for that, and then I got a life sentence, but the IPP. Do you know what IPP is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I got
you
the
can
IPP.
get 6 months IPP and be there for a very, very... L plate, basically, innit?
I got a brethren, he got IPP the same as me. I got IPP minimum term 7 years, so I had to serve a minimum of 7 anyway, so that was a long time. He had a minimum of 2 years, We both got locked up in 2006. He's still there now.
Yeah.
I promise you his head's gone west because... he can't get out of jail.
I know kids that stole bikes when that was a thing, bro, and they're still there now, and they was in high school. I'm 34, bro.
Trust me.
Same age as me, like, it happened in high school. Man went for a pedal bike.
Yeah, anything
and they're still there, bro.
What happened is 153 offences, you could get it for before, but only get 20 offences for life. But IPP was life, it's just the same.
I think as well, you see with that, what I stress to a lot of these young ones as well, the way the system works is like, obviously, right, they catch you on a bird. If it's big enough and it's severe enough, you're going to need to go in front of a parole board to come out. Yeah. And now you're into this bullshit. You're a gang member. Chances are you're going to bump into fellow gang members. Even if you decide, you know what, I've had enough of that. Now, it's too late, bro. You need to have all of that because they're going to be throwing it on you. So even if you set pace or defend yourself, you're still in the wrong in there. So you're going to hold them nickings. And now when you go in front of this judge in 2 years' time for your 2 whatever, they're going to say, nah, my man's been fighting and that and getting nicked. Now, but with self-defense, doesn't matter.
It can get deeper than that. They can just use security intelligence against
Exactly. It's mad, innit?
You don't have to get licked. You don't have to get nicked or get nothing.
This is the peak one as well. You don't even know it's there. Like, you think you've been low-key in it, and it gets to that point, and they pull it out the file. Like, okay, look at X, Y, and Z.
When I was trying to go for parole, so when you get IPP or a life sentence, you got to be in there for a certain amount of time, and usually they want you to go through phases. So you go from, usually B cat, unless you're like get A cat, you go B cat, C cat, then D cat, which is open conditions. But you have to go for parole to get open conditions. When I used to go for parole for open conditions, the police used to come into my parole hearing and use this thing called Non-Disclosure Act. Go in there, and I don't know what they're telling them because you're not allowed to know what they're saying, but obviously it's not going to be good. And then you're not getting parole because when you go into the front of the parole board, they're like, nah, mate.
You can't.
And I couldn't get
you're
parole.
Finished in it. When you
they kept doing that to me, bro. Like it was
cycle,
deep, man. Bro. And the only reason I got out in the end, because I had to have 3 different paroles, And the reason why I got on the last one, because again, the police officers kept turning up to my parole hearings, And then lucky for me this time, there was like a retired police officer, a retired probation officer, and a psychologist on the parole board.
So they know the ins and outs of how this works, innit?
So they said to me, I told him, listen, I'm paranoid, so I'm not going to lie, I'm paro because he's turned up again, and he's not even invited this time, and he's just come uninvited, so it's obvious he's coming to prevent me from getting out. But then they said, listen, we know more about, like, because I'm a police officer, I can ask him specific questions and we'll get to the bottom of all of this. In that parole hearing, it turns out there was no intelligence against me since I've been in. There was no, what they're trying to say is that because of my character outside and I'm well known, when I get out, they don't want problems to happen again because of who I am. Like to say someone's going to come and do something to me. And then, but that policeman was saying, listen, if someone's going to do something to him, that's not his issue, that's for the police to be sorting out. You know what I'm trying to say? Because if he gets out in another 10 years' time, that same thing you're saying is always going to be there.
That's a poor excuse, isn't it?
It was, bro, but if you're not articulate, you can't manage what they're saying. So when they say these things against you, you lose your shit.
A lot of people, they don't know how to manage their emotions, and they don't know how to deal with that, so they just flip. Because that's what they know.
This is it, like, what the fuck you saying? Like, it's not like... And once you do that, you fit into this. Then, man. So you have to learn to manage your emotions, so that you can conduct yourself in a way that they can't use against you as a tool. And you have to learn that. If you want your life back, you have to learn these things.
Emotions are a big thing. And I think that's what a lot of these young ones need to understand as well. When you're young and you're full of testosterone, you just... Your pride and your ego are your worst enemies. Your pride, it just get you into all sorts of problems.
Especially if it's misplaced.
Exactly. If you can learn to manage that and understand when someone's trying to trick you out of your position, you will be all right, innit? But it's hard at that age, bro.
And this is what it is. So now, I'm a mentor now. So I work with kids now, innit? For the last 4.5 years, I do mentoring for 14 to 18-year-olds who are in youth and gang violence and obviously have child traumatic experiences like me. Also anti-knife crime trainer, going to schools across the whole of the West Midlands, Now, when I work with young people, that's what I focus on. I focus on their emotions, and their emotional intelligence. And I also talk to them, because I've been through all the stuff you could go through as a young person, I'm able to identify traits with other young people that I work with. So they don't have to tell me about it. I can recognize it. So then what I do is I'll be reflective on my own experiences, which opens a door for them to talk about theirs. And then I tell them about what I used to do and how I didn't understand my behavior. I would just always do this because if this happened, I have to do this, innit? That was the end of it.
I have to do this, innit?
You don't,
innit?
But then imagine, right? If you're not, imagine now, you've done a madness, and someone who you respect or got love for is asking you why, and you can't answer them. You're like, I don't know, fam, I just got mad. And then they you can see the disappointment, and then you start to think about yourself as a bad person, start thinking, rah, Why did I even do that then? So what I do is I teach them that it's not their fault how they've been behaving so far up until we're starting to have this kind of conversation now, because 10 people go through what we've been through. 9 of us are going to act the way you act. One might not because he's exceptional or she's exceptional. Unlucky for us, we're not so exceptional. We're going to have to learn from somebody exceptional. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And that's what I showed them. And I think when you give a young person a place to be forgiven for certain things that they've done wrong, what they might be judging themselves for, it helps them build up.
We'll and become, it's like a start afresh now, isn't it?
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Nice, it's a good
and now
way of doing it,
because now this guy is enabling me to build a relationship with him just based on how we are now. And then I also reassure them that, look, we can't change in a day, bro. It's hard. So if you mess up and fuck it up in some way or another, don't worry, just acknowledge that you've done it, and then just stick back to why that you did, and then we move forward. That's it. Because remember, I'm here to help you, and other people around you. No matter what you do bad, it's our interest to help you be better. So you need to understand, as much as we might be like let down a little bit or whatever it is, because we care. But don't ever think you've let us down, because at the end of the day, we're here to keep on building you up. And when you do that to someone consistently for a period of time,
it's a long game, innit? It's not
you reach that
overnight
reachable, teachable moment, and it raw makes a difference.
I can imagine, bro.
Like it raw does.
I can imagine. So where are you doing this? Are you doing this just in sort of your hometown, or are you taking it sort of nationwide?
I'm from Wolverhampton, and what I do is I'm kind of commissioned by the West Midlands Police Crime Commissioner. So I go across all the schools across the West Midlands, wherever they send me, and I deliver these workshops. But then on my own business now, I will deliver one-to-one sessions with young people around, like I said, the most intelligence, about exit plans, how to get out of gangs, all these different elements of what young people need around youth and gang violence. But what I'm in the process of doing now is opening up a CIC, which is a community investment company, so that I'm able to better help my community within my city. But I do want to spread my workshops across the country, But what I'm trying to do now is really learn how to put together my organization correctly. So that's why I'm on a program that takes I think it's about 3 months. I'm about halfway through it or so. And once I do this, I can open my organization correctly, and then I want to start helping other people like myself who have been through stuff, not to necessarily be prison, just had a lived life experience. And then I want to help you come in, and I try and give you some of the training that I've learned and what I've developed myself, so we can become a better team. So then other people in other cities, I can connect the dots. So for instance, if I came to Manchester, I'd be able to deliver my workshop because it's really powerful, and it really gets these young people to engage. I could deliver the workshop, say, in Manchester, and then what I do is I link up with the organizer, say if it was you or X, Y, Z. Once I know your ethos is about what we're on, then what I would do is I would transfer trust from those young people to your organization. When these people now from this input reach out, say, you know what he said touched me, what he says relates to me, well, where do I go for help? Okay, this is what we're doing. And I'd give those people access to how we do stuff. I'm not trying to hide anything that I learn that is successful. Anything that I do that seems to bring benefits, I'll share that with the world, because I want us all to work together, each one teach one. That's what I want, you get me?
No, that's good. It's all positive, bro. You see with that, though, do you think because what you're doing, that's brilliant, bro, it's like, it's mad. It's all positive, innit? It's beautiful stuff, bro. You're helping the young ones because it's wild out there. It is wild, and I always say when you've lived that life, as you get to a certain age, it's your duty to pay it forward. And if you don't, then for me it's like, bro, what are you doing? You need to each one teach one, pay it forward. You can assist and guide. You can't hold these young ones' hands. A lot of them don't want to hear it, but you need to make a conscious effort to do a little bit. So when you got out and your generation, your category, heard you was on that, how was that received? How did they take that in? Because I know a lot of people mustn't have felt what you was doing, bro.
Nah, bro, I'll be honest, man. Complete opposite. So, literally, I've been involved in arms house with man, I opened a food shop when I first got out of prison. So
I remember you saying stuff.
So before this, when I got out the last time, from that IPP sentence, basically, the police didn't want me out, innit? Like I told you, it was really hard for me to get out. And when I got out, the police was just on me, you get me, So I got so paranoid that they ended up locking me back up again, for some madness, just for eating McDonald's, basically, you get me? Right, they wanted to do a drug test, and I didn't do the test, I ate the food, and cut the story short, they said I refused the test, and they locked me up, sent me to jail.
Once you've got you,
I went to jail for that, and then I went to jail for not ticking a form, and basically said, have you got any unspent convictions? And I put no, because obviously I thought I'd done my sentence, you know what I'm saying? But now you got to declare your sentences and your crimes.
Small error.
Yeah, they sent me back to jail. So my head fell off from that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, but then I opened the shop and I come back to me and say, you know what, I can't be doing this kind of life no more. I really cannot work with this, you get me? And I want to do different. So I opened the shop. And from there, you know, people who had beef, they came to my shop and bought food. And then when I started to do these things with the young kids, man who I've been at the opposite end of both beef with, they call me or message me on Facebook or something like that. Say, yo, bro, I rate you for what you're doing. No one can't talk to you because you was there doing all of that. And you could have come out and carried on being that guy. I didn't get run off the road. I didn't take drugs. Nothing ever happened to me. I just knew it was wrong, and I just knew that I messed up my life.
You grew from it, innit?
And I wanted to do better. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't look down on nobody or nothing. I just feel like that wasn't for me. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. And enough of these man say to me, they say, yo, Chibo, how are you doing it? Like, they said, look, I want to do it. They say, man, I've got money, you know, I've got this, I've got that, but I just can't stop. Like they saying, I can't break off. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
It's when your mind you have to reach a period up top where you decide. I always say to loads of people, no matter how many courses and how many times you go to jail, that's all irrelevant. You need to do this course and that course to go home, and this will help thinking skills program and this. Nah, yo, it's all dead. Until you make that boom, the penny drops, I'm ready to change, then it's goal time, innit? Up until that point, there's no one that can help you, bro. Nobody.
And that's the truth. So, you know, so basically from that, I haven't had no pushback. Remember, I'm employed by the police crime commissioner at the end of the day, which is police, feds at the end of the day.
Because you know that could have been...
Come on, man.
The two ways that could have been took, innit?
Come on, man. It could have been taken 2 ways. But what it is, I don't mix myself up with what people are doing on the roads. I'm not here and everywhere where everyone's doing what they're doing. So I'm not there anyway. I'm doing what I do. People can clearly see that that's what I do. So I don't catch myself in a way where people could create that conflict. Plus, I was on road to the team. No, I never ever done anything questionable ever. So then not only that, it's the impact I'm having with the youths. Why would someone hate on me for having impact on you unless I've done something which impacted on someone else, which that has never happened, you know what I'm saying? So people ask me, can I get them a job? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Look, I've got
man.
I'm not a friend with me no more. I've got someone who fell out with me because he's saying he's done a course, like he's done like youth and gang violence course and this and that. And he's saying, you should have given me a job when I come out the pen. This is what he said. He don't talk to me no more.
You should have given me a job. You see that entitlement there?
It's not even that. It's the fact that you've just come out the pen not too long ago. And what it is, if I'm trying to build with young people and I'm trying to tell them that there is another way, then I've got to show them there's another way. So I've got to build myself and be doing good and doing better to see that it's possible. But then if I bring the wrong person on for whatever reason, then it brings my whole message down. All I want to do is just give myself time to make sure the people who are on it are really on it. And then all the doors are open, because at the end of the day, bro, it's worse when you get built up to something and it gets taken away from you. You know what I'm saying? So I was putting his name in to different people all the time at that stage, building it up, building it up. But because he's not seeing me give him a job straight away or whatever, well, I'm not in a position to just give him a job like that. Then he got kind of upset. So that's the kind of things that can happen, you know what I'm saying? But in general, I haven't had no backlash for what I do. I've got bare love, to be honest, like real talk, bare love. That's what's inspired me to now want to open my own CIC, because I know there's bare men out here who want to help, but they don't know how to. And they've gone to other organizations when they're ready, and the people are turning the door down to them. Maybe the way they dress, the way they're talking at the time might not be received well. But I know how to help you present yourself better, because I've learned it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I'll share all those skills with people. You know what I'm saying? As long as we can help our community. Right now, I've got a food van that I'm going to start using in my community. I bought a food van, because I had a food shop before, I told you. And what it is with me, I'm really good at cooking. What I did is I mastered all my own recipes.
I remember, bro. I was watching you. I need to try some of this food.
Trust me, fam. I mastered all my own recipes. So, but food is hard work. Like, anyone wants to do food, you have to have your full passion to do food. You get what I'm saying? I love the people eating the food. I don't like all the cleaning and all the rest of it. You get what I'm saying? But so I bought a food van last year, and I was supposed to set it up somewhere. But again, because I'm more busy with the work that I do, which is my passion, I kind of put the van to the back foot. And I was gonna sell it. I could have done with the money. Let me tell you, man. You get me? But I thought, you know what? God keeps on telling me, don't do that. Give it to the community. He keeps on telling me to do this. I promise you, I'm on a God path. You get me? If I do, I'm just on a God thing, you get me? Not religion, just God, just the creator, and I want to do good. That's it, the best I can. So anyway, he said we don't sell it. So I've been coming up with this idea, and I just said to him, like on the way up, he had the best idea for it now. Right, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna buy, say I'll buy £150, I buy bare food and that, yeah, and I'm gonna cook, say as many meals as I can cook with that. I'm gonna set up the van at places, but I'm gonna give the food away for free, yeah. But anyone who does take the food for free, if you're able to afford a donation towards it, give it to us so we can continue the love. So I'm starting the love with my van and with the thing, yeah. And then basically whatever money comes back from what's given away to whatever they donate, we'll do it again until it runs out. You get me? If it runs out of money, so we find other ways of putting money in it. Because what I can do with that, I don't set up the business to make money. I set up the business to give people opportunity. So the young people I work with, or even just people in the community that might be good at cooking at home, but they never got the opportunity to get a shop or get their food out there. You could reach out to me, and if we've got the fund in the pot, we can buy the meat and buy the stuff for you. You can come and use your time and do this thing and get yourself out there. You get me? Once there's enough money that gets made, you'll give the person just a day's wage, innit? Like we'll give you the minimum wage, and then if even money that gets made more, we're just able to do it more often. So we might only be able to do it once a week. But then once we're getting more money built up into this pot and people giving us things, we can just pop up at places. And the thing is, I'm not going to be there all the time. What I'm going to do is teach people how to cook the way I can. Then get people's influences of what they can cook, put to it too. And we're just doing a community thing. We're just basically giving it out and speaking. And then also it's a place where people could reach out for the kind of work that I do, reach out with the mindset that we're on, and we can connect, because remember, community is what will make this thing work. You get me?
No, definitely.
Like the dream work makes the team work. You get what I'm trying to say? And there's an old African proverb saying, you get me, it takes a village to raise a child. And I believe that, you know what I'm trying to say? Right now, we're struggling in our communities because we think everything else is someone else's problem when it's not. It's our problem. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I could love my child with all my heart. So could you. You could provide everything, the best world for him. But they've got to come out into the world where you live in with other people and other stuff. And not everyone else has got certain circumstances set good. So what we've got to try and do is kind of ease the burden on some people's circumstances or are too much for them to handle. Where we're all right. You get me? So if we're all right, we need to give a little.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe give you time, maybe give you finance, maybe give you mentality.
In a position to give. I always say that. If you're in a position to give, why not?
We have to. Like, no, it's not about, it's deep. We have to now.
If everybody thought like that, though, imagine how things would operate, how it would run.
I'm going to do this.
When everybody thinks like that.
I'm going to keep on proving that I do this. Like, everyone who knows me, I'm the same. That I've always, even as I'm road doing whatever, I've always been like this. But I was confused before. And I was wrapped up in road life. So I didn't really embrace my true nature. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
You see with that though, so when you say you've always been like this, because to me you come across like kind-hearted, humble, a nice guy, you get it. So again with the roles, do you think a lot of people, bro, it's just their surroundings, like I always say, like, yo, when you come from some of these blocks, bro, like, there's a lot of creative, intelligent people, young kids, but fortunately a lot of them won't have an opportunity to see if they're any good. With a pen, they might be good at art, they might be a fucking good pilot, bro. Chances are they'll never get a chance to fly a plane. They could be, a lot of them are great artists, bro, in terms of music, because that's what's around us. We do that. Could be actors. Do you know what I'm saying? Right. Look, so do you think you just sort of absorb your surroundings? A lot of people are brought down when really they're highly intelligent.
One of our friends flies planes. He fly planes.
You got a pilot
there. Like 10 years, 12 years. Like, but because of road and just trying to... It gets in the way, and it messes up with what he's doing, and it almost messes up his old chances now. There's so much people on the road with intelligence and
high IQ, but they don't realize it.
And they're not given the opportunity
to apply it.
And then on top of that, we've got self-fulfilling prophecy. People tell you you're going to be nothing. You tend to act like nothing. Because it works, you know what I'm saying? Like, what we're hearing is a narrative of young people, they're fucked, they're this, they don't listen. Yo, if you look at all the young people, only this many is doing something wrong, you know?
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
But
just they all get paid with the same brush, innit?
With the same brush. It's the same with all this. Everyone goes on, like, when you're on road, you can't get off road. That's a bloody lie.
It's a bullshit.
You know, people leave the road. They always leave the road. Fam, if they didn't leave the road, everybody would be dead. You know what I'm trying to say? Because look at the statistics, Like, if you look at statistics in this country, everyone goes on like it's mad. But watch this. The most murders that's ever happened in this country in 1 year is like probably 779 out of 70 million. So that shows is really this much. Then you bring that down to gun crime. The most gun murders in this country ever, probably about 59 in a year. Just bringing it down to this. Gang murder is really getting even low.
We're going
now we're talking knife murders in a year. We're talking probably, 250, 270 for the year. That's including every kind of sharp instrument there is, That's every kind of person there is getting involved in it.
They're not specific with them statistics.
So what we've got is rappers, drill rap. Yo, my brethren dead, how much man are dead? You're talking about the same ones who could have died 7, 9, 10 years ago. You're still reliving it, and then what's happening is the programming into young people's heads and making them believe everybody's dangerous, everybody's getting killed, bad man are getting dead. So you're getting kids who aren't even on that lifestyle walking out the house with a knife because they're paranoid, thinking that everyone's got a knife. Now, if a person gets scared, right? You don't have to be a bad man to stab nobody. You be scared. Most people stab people because they're scared. They're not bad.
Or peer pressure in it. Like, they're not bad.
Not bad. If men are bad, they'll punch you up. Like, men who are bad, you got a knife, they're still coming to punch you up.
I always say that it's harder to stand toe to toe with someone and have a fight knowing you could get your shit punched in. Because that's real macho-ness.
What a knife is lack of emotional control. You don't get people, right, going around stabbing people who are emotionally fine. It's when you lose your emotions or when you come from broken homes and you didn't get taught well. You get me? Don't get me wrong. You get some kids who do come from good homes end up getting caught up on this stuff. But if you look at it, they were just stupid and made bad mistakes, and look what's ended up happening. But on the outside, it's like, my man left his yard with a knife and did this. He knew what he was doing. No, he didn't. He just thought, should I just take that or not? I'm going to take it. So he takes it, goes out with his brethren, and unfortunately, his brethren got into argument with next man, but he's told man he's got the knife. Now he's got, everyone's looking at him right now. Now he's thinking, bro, they cost me last time I did this. I don't know what to do. So they just do something, or...
There will be a whole heap of scenarios like that,
bro. There's a whole heap of, you know what I'm saying? But man can't admit that. Man ain't going to admit that they were scared when they did what they did. Man not going to admit they didn't really want to do that. Man not going to admit they did it because man made them feel like they had to do it. And this is our problem, We don't talk the truth. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But the truth is clear for us to see. There ain't no happy bad man and there ain't no happy gangsters. So therefore, the lifestyle that man are choosing, we're choosing to have a mad life, we're choosing to have a bad life, we're choosing to have an unhappy life. But we don't really think that's a choice. We think we have no choices, and this is what I'm trying to empower young people.
There's choices,
differently. Man. There is, but it's hard for a person not to recognize or listen to his choices because you're saying there is. No, you got to show him.
You got to show him.
If you can't show him, you can't tell him this because words are empty unless they're fulfilled with substance. You know what I'm trying to say? So this is why with the work that I do, and I think why I'll be effective because I've done what you did in it. I messed up. So I'm doing that. You can do other stuff. Kevin goes about your DBS. I can't do this. I've seen much people I see on the road. I can't do this now because of my DBS, innit? You man ain't even committed the kind of crimes I've committed. Man, what are you on about? Bro. But you're talking to me, congratulating me on how well I've done. But you're telling me you can't do certain things because you're DBS. But I'm saying you ain't been convicted of what I've been convicted of. So how does that make sense? Can you see the not controlling, but the programming of what we do to ourselves? This is self-fulfilling prophecy. Once you start seeing yourself as not worth much, you don't go for much.
The way the mind goes, bro.
It is, man. It's
you know what? The way someone described it to me in Penn once, I was seeing probation in there, and they said, we've got some new woman on the team. She does things more like psychology. And you know the way she described it to me, and I thought this was a good way of doing it. It was just a good way for me to understand what she was trying to deliver. She said, if you get told from a kid, oh, you're stupid. Go to your room, you're stupid. You start to, you shit, you're this, you're that, you're non-worthy. You start to believe it. And she said, the way the brain works and the mind works, she said, you know when you've got like a piece of grass on a stake and there's a footpath around it, and then there's a man-made path through where we all walk. She said, why is it that same path? Because the first person walked it, you can see a bit of a pattern. So the second person walks it, and we all follow that path naturally because we think that's the way to go. She said the mind's the same. It'll hear stupid, thick, bad, non-worthy, and it'll think that's the way to go. So you need to reroute it and say, I'm positive, I'm powerful, I can do anything I want to, I can achieve anything I want to. You need to reprogram your brain to believe that you can do what you want to.
And also what your capabilities are. So for instance, this is how powerful the mind is, but this is how powerful what people say to you is too. So, for instance, I could say this to anyone. I could say this to the people who are watching now, I can say to them now, watch this. Pink Nike Air trainers. Think of a pair of pink Nike Air trainers, Think of one in your head. Now, the Nike Air trainers that you're thinking of, No one don't know what they look like, only you doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
But tell me, right or wrong, is that not a complete trainer, what you can see right now?
Of course it is, yeah.
Now, if I got a piece of paper now, yeah, and I was a really good drawer, like an artist, and I pressed you, and I said, tell me what the trainer looks like. We would sit here now, and we would draw this trainer, and it would look good, because you've got style, you know what things is, so it would look good. Now, here, what now, yeah? You could produce that trainer and sell it, but ever guess what? The second we finish this conversation, you're going to let it just go again.
Yeah, you're going to let it go, innit?
Because no one ain't never told you before, you're a creative person who could make trainers. No one's ever put this in your head. In fact, you've probably done other stuff and they've took things out of your head. So now, when a passing thought comes through your mind, you just let it pass. But what people think is, your capabilities aren't just based on what you can physically do. Your capabilities are what your brain can manifest. So watch this. If I want to be a trainer designer, I might not be very good at drawing, but I've got a very vivid imagination. So what I do is I imagine what I imagine, and I find a person really good at drawing. I build a relationship with them, and I tell them what I can see. I say, listen, this is what I can see. No, do like this, yeah, do this for me, yeah. And he will bring to life your creation, and you and them have got a business together now, because that guy's the drawer, but he's not creative like how you are, and he's not been taught to think the way that I'm showing you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or what someone else may have shown you. So that's the same with anything. It's the same with anything you want to do. You might not be good at sales at something, right? But you know something that's popping right now. This item, you've recognized that it's selling everywhere. So what you do, you go and find a person who's good at sales, and you say, yo, bro, listen, I got a plan, yeah. Right now, you are sick at what you do, yeah. I can't do that, but what I do know to do, I'm good at identifying things. So I'm going to show you what to do, and you use your skill set, and me and you have got a team.
That's the teamwork. That's the playing people to their strengths.
This is what I'm saying. So any one of us can do this, but we're not taught this. We're taught, yeah, go school, do these exams. If you fail the exams, you're dumb. And boy, that's it. From there, we just mash up ourselves. I might not be very clever at writing. My writing's terrible, but I might be good at maths, or I might be good at, like I said, imaginary things, or thinking of stuff. Yeah. So all I do is I find someone who's good at the practical part of what I can imagine, and now I apply it to them.
Yeah.
And that's how we work together.
That's how we work, bro. That's how you build
like that.
Does
not
people need to, a lot of people don't think like that as well, bro, because they want to do things alone.
Because that's the narrative what's been programmed into us again.
You see Barcelona.
Yeah.
You think they would have been as effective with Messi in net, bro?
No.
Because he's out of position. You need to play man to their strengths. He's up front. If you're good up front, get to the front. If you're better at the back, get the foot to the back, yo, and play to your strengths.
It's like when you look at the most greatest sports athletes, yeah? Let's look at them, right? Who's got more credit? Is it the sports athlete, yeah? Or was it the person who trains them? Because when a fighter goes in to fight people, he's usually going off direction what's been taught to him by his team. They're the people who analyze fighters. This man coming here, thump your face off. That's what I do. Like, listen to me, yeah? You tell me where and where, I'm going to light you up. But I don't know where he's going to be moving and all this until you tell me. When you told me, I'm like, oh, okay, now I know. Now I can read him like a book. But before that, I don't read that part. What I do is I thump you up. Do you understand what I'm saying? But what this man does, he reads like a book but can't thump you up. So now he tells me the book, and now I just follow the book.
This is quality, bro. Do
you understand what I'm saying? This is how we're doing it, you get me? Now I've got the book, and he's got the analyzing, and now we've got this team, and we're mashing down people. You've seen it happen. People who are performing semi-good, but then they went to a certain person, and boom, that was it. There's a whole new thing to them. The person didn't change. What happened is you tapped into how his method can be applied better.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
You learn that everyone not everyone learns the same. You know what I'm saying? And that's a skill set of understanding that. Like, always don't devalue yourself. Like, just because you're not as good as someone else or something else, don't focus on that then. Focus on you can help this person be better, because then you get to jump fast something. Because imagine someone's good at something, but you found a way they could be better, right? And you present it not in a way it's like you're saying you're better than in a way how you could additionally help them, then you're going to get broke off real quick. But they're already somewhere. I know you just added to them, so now you're flying with them.
But then that's how that's received. Some people don't want to hear that because they feel like, how are you to tell me when you're not in that position? They're not in your position because they're not meant to be in your position.
Right.
Their position's right here. That is their
and
position.
That's who they are. But what happens is they get people knock their confidence in that position, and they don't get to enjoy it anymore.
But that can assist this position to become.
And that's how you both become great. Because regardless of this person being here, he knows that you contributed to that. Just because they don't go out loud and saying to everyone, it doesn't have to be that, you get me? Not everyone has to have the limelight. Not everyone has to be the manager. Not everyone
that's why a lot of people go, they all want the limelight. Not everyone, but 9 times out of 10, the people want the limelight. Not everyone can have the limelight.
People want limelight now without success, though.
Exactly.
Which is crazy. People are choosing limelight over success.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, innit?
It don't make no sense.
It's changed. The world's changed. I think the internet changed that, bro.
It has.
People want to look good and sound good and have people respect them and say all these good words about them on the internet. When at home, they ain't got much money. When you could have been away from all that bullshit, focus on what you're good at and have all the cash.
And look what that does to you mentally, though. If you're pretending, I've got 10 bags a month, raising 10 bags a month, then you meet people there, they're only going to assume you're making what you're making. They're not judging you. They're like, okay, it's done good. So then they'll say, oh, let's go this, let's do that. And you think, oh, that's free. And you're like, you're rock. And then you come and go there, you have to make excuses. You I pre-booked that day. Yeah, I've got to go do this.
Yeah, it's that pulling out excuses.
In your house, you can't go on the internet. You can't go online right now because, boy, they're going to see you online and not where you said you was.
That's the same like in your yard,
before, bro. You get it. So now you're in your yard, stressed out now, and then boom, now you gotta come out banging now, making it like, yo, you missed out that because you got some next big thing on soldiers and next big.
So bro, you just tangle yourself up in a web of lies and it will come back. There was some internet guy like that. He was an influencer, mixed race guy. I don't know if you know him. You'd know if I knew his name, you'd know him. And then he come out one day and said, you know what? I've been lying to you all. I can't afford the Lambos and all that. I rent this. This is my friend's this. My friend's watch. And he said it's been eating me up. I just want to be honest with you.
It will do that to you because what do you think? No, anyone when you think it like anyone who don't be their self on a day-to-day basis knows hard work. Pretending to be someone else is an everyday job. Of course, it's an all-day job, and it don't stop.
You're acting.
If you go to work for 8 hours in a day, you think that's hard work. You get me? Try being somebody else day in, day out, bro. Yo, your feet become swell up. You get me?
People get paid good money to act, and you're out here doing it for nothing. Day in, day out, living it, breathing it.
And that's
so now if you can do that and convince people, there you go, there's your niche. You might want to go to some casting agencies.
Most people doing that on road, aren't they? People acting on road, you get me, acting gangster, pretending to be tough. Because honestly, people running around with knives all the time, pretending that they're gangsters. But at the end of the day, bro, when you're getting stabbed, you're not killing nobody over it. So therefore, you're not gangster like what the gangsters in the movie or what you're trying to portray. So the quicker you accept that is the quicker your life be better and other people's lives be better.
When the real trouble unfolds,
you can't handle it.
Then your bluff gets called. Yeah, because you end up in a bad way or looking very stupid.
Because who wants to go to jail for 25 years or 30 years to prove a point? Because most of these things are to prove a point.
Yeah, and then you will outgrow it in jail as well. Like you say, you grow and you think,
there's hardly any man I've seen in jail when I've done big beds who still, you want to get on road, they'll kill this man and that man, they'll kill. You want to get on road, they're going to kill 15 more man.
Yeah, they reflect in it.
No, they don't do that. They're going to parole. No, I won't do it again. I promise, listen, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And they mean it. You know what I'm saying? Some of them end up doing something to get out, but when they go on the parole board, they mean, I'm not going to do that. You know why? Because reality licks.
Reality licks when you sat on a visit with your loved ones.
Do you get it?
You know what I'm
People
saying?
growing up and not having children, fam. You get me? I've got a cousin that hasn't got no kids. You get me? I'm trying the same, fam. It's hard work.
Real, bro.
You get me? It's horrible. There's a lot that men don't talk about, and especially with all this mental health. Men are killing themselves all the time. Young kids are now getting worse and worse. Young people, young boys, like, it's deep because we don't talk to each other. This is why I try to do this as much as possible and speak as openly as I can, because I'm strong enough to do that. Pardon me now. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in the beginning.
Because it's not seen as macho. Like you say the whole manly thing. Why, I'm not going to I'll keep that to myself. But it's important to let out. We do another podcast, bro, called Reality Check with my guy, Mikey, and he touches on all that. You should come sit down with him at some point, bro, because that's his core thing, like men's mental health and just basically reality in it.
And that's what it is, because we need stronger men at the moment, because what it is, men are under so much pressure that they're falling under the pressure in it, and so they're becoming, affected, and it's affecting society, because what it is not able to manage their emotions because they've got no one to speak to about stuff, and then when they do let out, people trying to make them look weak for that. So therefore now you're caught between a rock and a hard place. Do I seek help? And then people attack me for seeking help, but realistically I need the help, but people are out here not taking the help because they can't manage the attack. Do you know what I'm saying? This is why I'm out here now, because I can I'm strong enough now. I can handle the attack. Anyone can say anything they want about me. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been there, I've done it, I've lived all that life.
So it's all irrelevant. It's all irrelevant. All them stripes and all that. Yeah, bad boy.
You can all have a back.
Keep that, hold that.
Because he didn't give me nothing. No one give me nothing for getting stripes. Like all them man that rate me or whatever it is, they don't do nothing for me now.
You just rate
They just rate me.
Don't pay bills, bro.
They rate other people too that go to work. And they rate the man and the lollipop man. You get me? They see him every morning going like they're crossing their kid across the road. They rate him. So that's me. I don't care for none of that. I'm just blessed, and that's why I think it's been easy for me to transition from road. Out of the road,
strong-minded, innit? Strong-minded, bro.
And I don't care what other people think. Plus, I am kind of lucky in the fact that people don't really say that many bad things about me. Because like I said, just because I got involved in firearms and road life, I wasn't a bad person. You know what I'm saying? And like you just said earlier on, a lot of people like that, they're not bad people. They have got a lot to offer, but they're caught up in certain circumstances. They haven't got family support. Then they end up making mistakes. They end up linked up to the wrong set of people, and all their opportunities.
It's a snowball effect in it, and it's so hard to break that, bro.
So hard to break it. You get me?
It's hard to break it. It's being clued up from the jump.
My plan is this though. So when I open my CIC, what I want to try and do now is build myself to a position where in Wolverhampton, I'm built an organisation that we've got live life experience mentors in every school across Wolverhampton, in all the predominant areas. And what we would do is we would work over a 5-year plan, but we'd concentrate on year 7, 8, and 9. So we build mad close relationships with these 7, 8, and 9. Year 10 and 11 can opt in to this. So that means they have to come into it because really they've made some certain choices already. It's a bit hard to speak to someone about things that they think they already know about. So you need to catch them at a reachable, teachable moment.
Yeah, when the
sponge, you have to wait for that.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Absorb that.
Yeah, but when they're year 7, year 8, they want to do the right thing.
Yeah.
They only stop doing the right thing when people make them think the right thing's the wrong thing. Yeah. So what we would be able to do if we had live life experience mentors, like people who've got relationships in all the different parts of the city, when we hear incidents happening with these young people, we would be able to converse with our mentoring team and see who knows that family, and we use our family connections, our community connections to resolve these issues at the most basic level when the kids are young, so it doesn't get into that stuff.
Because that's where it starts.
That's where it starts. And then what we're teaching these young people is, look, there's better ways to manage the problem. So by the time they are 13, 14, 15, they've already learned now from when it was 11 that these like help you sort this stuff out. It's sad as well, bro,
with what you're saying, because so many kids was very close.
Yeah,
I've
man.
Seen it, I've lived there, I've experienced it really close at a certain age, and then get to that mid-teen, early 20s where you're trying to finish each other, and it's like, there was a time when you loved each other, and if you let this pass, there's a chance you probably could get back to that.
This is what I'm trying
to
say.
You're letting everything trick you and conflict your mind, where you think he's the enemy when he's not. There's so many people out there, bro, you'll have problems with, and if you got in a room from one-on-one, you've got so much in common, bro.
I've had it, bro.
Do you know what I mean?
So let me give you a skill, what I use now, So basically, Manuel, like I said, been in beef with them, like literally real beef, you get what I'm saying, But then I've got to see them under some kind of circumstance, and we talk. And I'm talking to him, I'm thinking, wow, this person's all right, you know.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, bro, you know what? They ain't even as fucked up as I thought they was. And I start to think, I tried to be a bit more better towards them. So I told them, be a bit more compensating because I feel like I misjudged them. Yeah. So I realized people do that to me. So when I go to places, I tend to present myself in the best way possible because I know I'm stereotyped. I know people are going to have their own ideas, and that's fine. I'm not even going to be offended by that. What I'm doing is I'm going to try and change your opinion because then we build a good relationship because of that.
Yeah.
And that's how I roll. I use that as a bar skill. You get me? Yeah. And it's worked well, man. Like people that I did have funny like tensions with, like even now, you see certain people like things like that. So I'd say, "You good, blood? You all right?" And I keep my face in a way that doesn't be menacing. Because I could change the way that I look. I could change the way that I want to be, but I don't. Instead, I control the way that my face be. Say, "You cool, blood? Everything blessed." And then they read your face back. There's nothing to miscommunicate. My face don't seem like I'm being aggressive. Yeah, man, bless. Now we're cool. The whole thing's eased off. I say, "Yo, you're cool, blood." And I say in a different kind of way. He's like, "Yeah, I'm cool, fam. What you say?" So now we're on some different kind of conversation, but I said the same words. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I've learned all of that, and I learned that because when I was I'm still IPP, but I couldn't get out of prison if I didn't change these behaviors, innit? Because right now, man's been built up into somebody, and obviously my convictions suggest that I am not somebody. So I have to reevaluate how I present myself. Otherwise, how am I getting out of prison? Do you get what I'm trying to say? And then from there, I took those skills as part of my actual my flex. That's how I am now, because I've made me to be a better person, innit? So continue that, because why would I want to stop being a better person if them things was working for me?
So anyway, because I'm looking at the time, I'm looking at you, boy.
And he's looking at me. He's to go,
and
yo, let's
I know
go.
you're going about to go steppers on a high, probably get talking to someone at the bar that wants to dance and tell them about all your plans. Make sure you dance and have a good time at this place, innit? One thing to the young ones before you go in it.
All right, then. So my biggest advice to young people is, don't suffer in silence, innit? So if you're struggling, reach out to people, and try and seek some kind of support. And if you think that road is going to give you something that other things can't, just look at people on road and ask yourself this simple question: do they look happy? And the answer to that is going to be nah. So if you want something different, try and work for something different by accepting that, yo, right now things ain't working out good for me. I need somebody to help me or direct me or guide me or inspire me to do something different and better. You get me? That's the best thing I can say. It's hard for us to figure out on ourselves, so definitely reach out.
No, I think that's a good way to end it, man. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, take that on board then.
Yeah, man.
All right then, bro. Thank you for coming through.
Cool. Remember, guys, I've got a page, TikTok, It's called Brave Gary, so you can go on there and you'll see all like the videos that I've done.
I'll put that now at the bottom. I'm gonna put the little something will pop up. You just click that and come away. You don't need to see the outro.
See what I'm doing, yeah, man. Cool.
But yeah. All right, love them, bro. Right, nice one, brother. People.
Yes, people. Bless.
1992, my mama had me in July. I was raised in Bricky, wish she raised me in Dubai. Started having fights, I think I started age 9. Started doing crime, I started stealing all the time. I was stealing from the sweet shop. When I was young, I'm hella shy, I didn't speak a lot. But when I'm angry, speak my mind, I never gave a fuck.